The story of the London, Midland and Scottish Railway, better known as the LMS, is one of ambition, struggle and lasting influence on Britain's railways. The LMS came into existence on the 1st of January 1923, created by the Railways Act of 1921. This act grouped hundreds of separate railway companies into four large organisations, later known as the Big Four. Of these, the LMS was by far the largest. It absorbed major companies such as the London and North Western Railway, the Midland Railway, and the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, along with many smaller lines. Its network stretched from London deep into Scotland, serving the industrial Midlands, the North West, and some of the busiest cities in Britain. But size brought problems. In its early years, the LMS struggled to unite its inherited system. Different companies had their own ways of working, their own locomotive designs, and their own engineering standards. Management decisions were heavily influenced by the old Midland Railway approach, which favoured lighter engines and frequent services. This philosophy proved unsuitable for the heavy freight and long-distance expresses the LMS now needed to operate. By the early 1930s, the LMS was widely criticised for inefficiency and a lack of direction. Everything changed in 1932 with the appointment of William Stanier as Chief Mechanical Engineer. Recruited from the Great Western Railway, Stanier brought fresh thinking and modern design principles. Under his leadership, the LMS locomotive fleet was transformed. Powerful, reliable engines replaced outdated designs, including the famous Black 5 mixed-traffic locomotives, the heavy freight 8Fs, and the magnificent Coronation Class, also known as the Duchesses class. These engines finally gave the LMS the strength and prestige it had long lacked. By the mid-1930s, the LMS was competing head-on with its rivals. In 1937, it launched the Coronation Scot, a high-speed luxury service between London and Glasgow. This train symbolised confidence, speed and modernity, and marked the LMS's arrival as a true contender for railway supremacy. Then came the Second World War. From 1939 onwards, the LMS was placed under enormous strain. Its trains carried troops, coal, food and military equipment across the country, often under blackout conditions and constant pressure. Locomotives and infrastructure were worked relentlessly, while maintenance was reduced to the bare minimum. Despite bombing damage and severe wear, the LMS kept Britain moving throughout the war. After 1945, the railways were worn out and in need of renewal. In 1948, under the Transport Act of 1947, the LMS was nationalised and became part of British Railways. The LMS name disappeared, but its influence lived on. Stanier designed locomotives continued working well into the 1960s, and LMS practices shaped the London Midland region of British Rail for many years. The legacy of the LMS is one of scale, resilience, and engineering excellence. It served Britain's industrial heartland, supported the nation through war, and produced some of the most iconic steam locomotives ever built. Today, preserved LMS engines still steam on heritage railways, reminding us of a company that began with uncertainty, but ultimately helped define the golden age of British railways. If you've enjoyed this journey through LMS history, please like, share and subscribe for more stories from Britain's railways.